How small can you go? Like the basketball version of a limbo, the Houston Rockets have decided to bump all precedent and trade Clint Capela for Robert Covington, among other things. And it doesn't look like they're trying to find his replacement either. This is it. So what did the Rockets give up with Capela, and what statement are they trying to make with this full commitment to small ball? I'm Nick Angstad with the Locked On Podcast Network, and let's lock on to one big story in the NBA today. When Clint Capela went down with a heel injury recently, the Rockets didn't start a center to replace him. Instead, they stuck with a group of James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, and either Daniel House or Ben McLemore, all players under 6'6". It was an interesting change, but now with Capela gone, it appears that that's their new precedent. ESPN's Tim McMahon reported, quote, "To be clear, the Rockets aren't searching for a starting center. They're playing small ball and rolling with PJ Tucker at the 5, but they need a big to throw at Nikola Jokic, Anthony Davis, etc. in the playoffs." As you're listening to this, the Rockets may have already added another big body, but it doesn't seem like they intend to start him, which means they're turning the corner and committing to small ball in a way that we've never really seen teams do before. Mike D'Antoni's Suns teams that played 6'10 Amari Stoudemire and 6'8 Sean Marion in the front court were considered extreme small ball back in the 2000s. Now the Rockets won't start a single player taller than either of those guys. Before the Golden State Warriors got Kevin Durant, they famously played a small ball lineup with Draymond Green and Harrison Barnes in the front court, but they only played for about 5 to 6 minute stretches at a time with that group, and only started that group for the last 3 games of the 2015 NBA Finals. The Rockets are committing to playing a small ball group for 32 more regular season games and into the playoffs. In about 1,200 minutes with Clint Capela on the court for the Rockets allow teams to score 110 points per 100 possessions, which would rank about 16th among NBA teams. But in 1,100 minutes when Capela is off the court this season, the Rockets allow 115.8 points per 100 possessions, which would be the second worst mark in the entire NBA as a team. Robert Covington may change that number a little, but replacing Capela's rebounding and rim protection might be impossible. But the Rockets obviously know that. As a team, the Rockets take 43.8 threes per game, the most in the NBA. And they only take about 4 more 2-point shots than 3-point shots, the lowest difference in the NBA. In comparison, the Pacers take 34 more 2-point shots than 3-point shots. That's the biggest difference in the NBA. The Rockets' approach is all about the idea that 3 is more than 2, and that 3 3-pointers is better than 3 2-pointers. Robert Covington gives them another 3-point threat, and now they'll always play with 5 players that can, more or less, hit a 3. But is this sustainable, and how far can they take this approach going into the playoffs?